Hello fan and lighting enthusiasts of YouTube, and happy 4th of July. This is going to be another installment of fans and vintage lights in my house. So I'll start with these fluorescent lights. I put these in December to replace some modern T8 troffers, and these are Sylvania industrial lights from about 1959. They use F40 T12 lamps, and I really like these. I think they're a significant improvement. I also have a couple of Preheat industrials from the 40s. And on the same switch as those, I have this 70s F40 Rapid Start shop light. Over here we've got a Preheat troffer. There it is firing up. That just lights this workbench over here. I also have a couple VHO industrials over here that I repainted. I'll turn them on. These were actually HO, but I converted them to VHO with some new lamps and ballasts. I kept the old ballasts though, and they did not come with lamps. These are 4-foot, in case you're wondering. 110 watts per lamp. So it's a lot of light. Let's see. Over here we've got another one of these Sylvania industrials. It's actually one fixture with two 4-foot sections. It's a tandem unit. Over here we've got this disconnected fixture. It's just there for storage. That's a 6-foot slimline T12. And let's see, what else do we have in here? We've got a couple of Lithonia louvered fixtures. They are 4-lamp 8-foot T12. Super nice fixtures. Here's a Deo light, formerly louvered fixture, but the louvers were removed from it. Run some Norelcos in there. There you go. Here's a ventilation hood for a chem lab my brother has down here. These are just some kind of junky F20 trigger start fixtures, also T12. But they do an okay job. So let's see. In here, we've got an F48 HO 4-foot industrial. This is what the VHO fixtures over the workbench were made from. I repainted this one also. Here we've got a disconnected F90 T17 fixture. I need to get a new ballast for it and some lamps. The ballast only works on one side. It only lights up one lamp. Here's another Sylvania industrial. Let's see. There's most of my lamp storage. It's mostly fluorescent, some incandescent. Under the stairs here, I've got an F42 T6 fixture. to make this, I just cut down an 8-foot slimline fixture and repainted it. And it actually does have a proper T6 ballast in it. It's not like rigged up with a T8 electronic ballast or anything like that. It actually has a correct ballast in it. This lamp down here is a T8 Econowatt retrofit. This one is the standard T6. So that's about it for the vintage lighting down here. I've got a few lights stored up here. There's a Sylvania louvered fixture. But we'll move on to the fans. This one hasn't changed, except I put a parlor fan switch cap on the bottom. This is an 86 bright brass 3-speed reversible Hunter original. And we'll turn it on. We'll start it on low. Move up to medium. And high. We'll reverse it. I don't usually run it in reverse, which is probably a good idea because it's just on a J-hook, so theoretically it could unscrew itself. Turn it off and flip it back to forward. Over here, I think this one is new from the last video, or since the last video. This is a Robbins & Myers bright brass reverse air original that I got from Alex Kelly. I traded him the white 52-inch I had, but I have it in reverse right now, or I have it in updraft, I should say, and I'll turn it on low. This is a 2-speed. There's low. Oh. Try to turn it up like a 3-speed fan for a second. It's a solid fan. I like it. Turn it off. Here's an Emerson Designer that will soon be going to Alex Kelly. This is not hooked up right now. It's just hanging there temporarily. Got a 2nd gen antique brass Fasco Charleston. I have another one that you'll see later that's actually installed for real. This one's also just kind of hanging here. I had a quarter rigged up to it for testing, but it's not plugged in. I've actually found two more of these other than the 2 I have, but I didn't buy them because, you know, I need to save space and money for cooler fans or fans I don't already have duplicates of. I mean, these are great fans, and if I needed more, then I would have bought more, but I really don't need another 2nd gen antique brass Charleston right now. And I forgot about this one. This is a 36-inch R&M original. Also just kind of temporarily hanging here. This is also going to be going to Alex Kelly. So that about wraps it up down here. Let's go upstairs and check out the stuff up there. Here we've got a vintage preheat light. It's actually mounted on top of a recessed can. And it's plugged into the can with a little socket plug adapter thing. But it works. It's missing the end caps, but that's alright. So let's go in here first. You'll recognize this from the last video. This is the IntelliTouch Panama. The thing I did change on this one though is I wired the light to just a regular on-off switch. I fed another wire down through the shaft because the light module in the IntelliTouch system fried, and so the light would not turn off. So you had to use the main power button down here on the control to turn it off. And that meant you couldn't turn the fan on unless the light was on. So now I just have the light hooked up to that, and the fan still is hooked up through the IT. That's top speed. Hit the reverse button for you. Nope. Don't tell me reverse doesn't work. There we go. That turn it off? There we go. So there's high reverse. And now it's reversing. We'll turn it off. Flip the light off. Here's a recent change. Got this Emerson Premium. This replaced the designer that's going to Alex. And I have the uplight connected to those two recessed cans over the mantle. I'll turn it off so you can see the fan better. I'm working on getting a switch cap. I realize that's missing. It's running on medium right now, but I'll show you low and high also. There's low. There's high. It's a very good air mover. And I'll reverse it. put it back where it was, medium and forward. Go. I'm going to take you out on the porch now. And look at this Fasco parlor fan I have out here. I think in the last video this was still the Harbor Breeze Tebron Garden, which is the brown version of the Calera that they decided to call something else for some reason. But now I have this plastic bladed parlor fan out here. And I'll turn this on, the switch is inside. There's the light, here's the fan. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So it's on high right now. I'm going to turn it to the very low setting, which allows you to use the variable speed control, which is there. So that's kind of a medium-ish speed. I'll turn it down to the lowest setting. Well, that didn't really slow it down very much, did it? Is this it? Yeah, that's better. Really nice, slow, low speed on this one. It's a great fan. Alright. It does reverse, but the switch is on top, and I don't really feel like climbing up there to it. So, you'll just have to take my word. We'll shut that off. Now we'll take a look in the kitchen. This one will also look familiar. This is the Hunter Hotel Original. I'll turn the light on. It's running on low updraft right now. Turn it off. High, medium. Here's medium. There's high. It pretty much doesn't run on anything other than low unless I'm making a video of it. Turn it off. I really love the way this fan looks in here. think this was the first fan I changed out in this house. Or maybe it was the one in my room. I don't remember. I'll reverse the adapter for you though. That's what it looks like in downdraft. And I'll just put it on low and downdraft and leave it. In here, in the garage, I've got some stuff. First, the fluorescent lights. Nothing really vintage. Got more of those HO industrials here and there. And these are just F40 wraparounds that came with the house. But over here, we've got this vintage fluorescent light, rapid start, and the Charleston I was talking about. I'll turn this one on. This is just wired up to a cord that's plugged into the garage door opener outlet. And I'm not going to reverse this one either because I don't feel like messing with it since it's pretty high up. But it does work in both directions. So there's low. Nice slow low like the parlor fan. Here's medium. And high. It's a nice solid fan, doesn't really wobble, doesn't make a lot of noise, moves a lot of air though. I'm happy with it. I'll turn that off. Go back inside. Let my dog in. So let's see. Nothing cool there, just a little boob light. Here's one of my floor lamps. It's probably not going to stay here in the hallway, but that's where it is now. I've been interested in these floor lamps lately. Got a couple of these shades from Dan Newman, so thank you for those. This room used to have a bright brass Hunter Infinity in it, but I replaced that at my mother's request. Nothing cool in this room. There's just a little flush mount light. Except we've got a couple of Preheat under cabinet lights in here. F13 T5s. Pretty nice. Just being used as desk lights here. These haven't changed really. Old Smithcraft preheaters. Here's another floor lamp that I just got done repainting. I used a nice Rust-Oleum hammered brown finish on it. I like this sort of filigree design on the fitter. Really nice lamp. That was a curb find in Texas, actually. This is the same. I think I just put some different bulbs in it. Use these little soft white golf ball style bulbs. Take you into my room. We've got the Casablanca Zephyr IntelliTouch. It's got the W11 here, and it's currently running on speed 3 out of 6, but I'll turn it off. And I might as well actually run demo mode on this one, since this one actually has a working light module, so it's more impressive than the Panama would be. I'm going to slow it down with my hand for the sake of time. We're going to turn the power off, then do fan, light, fan, light, fan, and it'll go. It's ramping up the light. Speeding up the fan. The light just got dimmer. And the fan hits full speed. It's very powerful. Now it's going to reverse. That's it. I also want to show you the lighting stuff I have in here. Here's a Preheat under cabinet light. It's got two F8 T5s. Here I've got this floor lamp with some Sylvania chimney lamps in the outside sockets. We can turn on just that one, just those two, or all three. And I currently am short one switch knob, so this lamp doesn't have one right now, but I have some coming. They take the big ones. They're not the same size as most, so they're a little hard to find, but I found some. The top socket is a little bit finicky in this lamp. It doesn't make, the switch doesn't make very good contact, so it kind of flickers a bit sometimes. But the outer lamps work nicely. Here's a cool lamp. I've made a video of this one before. This is a floor lamp with a Surfline fluorescent around the three-way. So there's the three-way. This three-way bulb I have in here is actually wired backwards, so the it goes medium, low, high instead of low, medium, high. So a little bit of crappy quality control there, but it doesn't really bother me. And we'll turn on the Surfline. Now I converted this to a glow bottle starter as opposed to a push and hold preheat, and it takes a little while. There we go. It's a slow starter. I actually had to find one that worked because I think the open circuit voltage on this ballast is lower than is typical because it was made for manual preheat, I guess, where you don't have to have the voltage there to fire the starter. But it works. I replaced that original switch because I was rewiring the lamp, and when I was doing that, a couple of the wires came out of the old push button switch, and they were, the switch was riveted together, and I haven't attempted to open it up and fix it yet. So I just put a regular on-off switch in there, and instead of where you'd hook the wires to the switch for the preheating while you hold it down, I just wired a regular twist-in glow bottle type starter in there. So it's more of a traditional preheat setup now. Let's see. We'll check out my closet light. It's a little 1950s chrome thing with the glass shade. F14T12 preheat. Speaking of F14T12 preheat, here's this homemade lamp that I have. I have a self-ballasted Mercury vapor lamp in here. So it comes on looking like an incandescent, but then as it warms up, it becomes a mercury vapor lamp with the incandescent filament acting as a ballast. It's pretty cool. I'll wait for it to warm up a little so you can maybe see that mercury arc start going. There we go. See that? It's not really going on and off like it looks like it is. That's just the camera shutter effect, the rolling shutter. But yeah, that's produced a noticeable change in color. Down here, this doesn't look like an incandescent, but it is. It's one of these GE post lights, 75 watt, and it acts as the ballast for the F14T12s in series. So I have to turn that on and then hold this down to preheat and let go. So that's everything on that lamp on. It's pretty bright. And over here, I've got this modern little decorative table lamp that came with a modern Edison bulb. Blow the dust off that. But I put in this very much real antique carbon filament bulb. So I'll turn it on. This lamp has an inline dimmer on the cord, and I keep it on the low setting, so I don't actually run this bulb at full power because I want it to last. In fact, I almost never turn it on, period. But this is made by this bulb is made by Femco, or Franklin Electric Manufacturing Company, I believe. I believe it's my oldest electric light source. But we'll turn this off. For this one, you just turn the switch again to turn everything off. Same for the Mercury Vapor. And I think the last thing is this Homestead in my brother's room. It's a Homestead Fairwind. I have a video up of this on my channel. But this replaced the 36-inch R&M original. If you haven't seen my other video, this fan is unusual because it has a 3-speed knob, which is unusual for Homesteads. And yes, it's called a Fairwind. It's not a 4Winds. 4Winds has 4 speeds. This has 3. And it says Fairwind on the tag on top. But it's a nice fan. It's an improvement, a huge improvement over the 36-inch original, I would say. And I'm going to start it up on low. The pull chain here is just an on-off. Oh, I also modified this light kit to make it a 3-way. So there's the low setting, there's the medium setting, and there's the high setting. Here's low speed. Crank it up to medium. And high. Has a little bit of a wobble to it, but not bad. Put it in reverse. And I'll turn it off and then set it back to forward. That's where it was. And I think, if I'm not forgetting anything, that is all the ceiling fans and any interesting lighting I have installed in my house. So you can expect another one of these videos if I change enough stuff around again. But for now, this is Nick's Fans signing off. Happy 4th of July. See you later.